Okay, guys, B, again, a right triangle. So this whole section is right triangle because we are just reviewing. Now, as you can see, the difference is that this one, no labels are given to you, okay? But they did give you a theta. So if you wanted to, we can go, okay, this is C, this is A, and this is B. This is also theta, so you can use that as well. Actually, let's keep it as theta. So we are missing, are you ready? We don't know what theta is, so missing parts are missing parts, okay? We have angle theta, so theta is always going to represent an angle, so we don't actually have to write the symbol angle. We don't know what B is, and that's an angle, okay? We do know C, oops, I just wrote an angle and no B. We do know C has a right triangle symbol, so we know that's gonna be 90 degrees. Now we do know angle theta and angle B, they need to add up equal to 90. That's all we know. And remember, put a bubble on it because we are going to talk about degrees. We know the hypotenuse is 5 and opposite of big angle B is 2. So we know little b is, well, actually no, little b is already found. So I don't need to find little b. I just need to find opposite of the hypotenuse, I'm sorry, opposite hypotenuse, opposite of angle theta. So let's call this little a. So little a, it's unknown. So these are all the missing stuff. But because two sides are given, so I can use Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. C squared is going to be rad 5 quantity squared equals a squared is unknown. B is 2, so 2 squared is 4. So this is 5 equals a squared plus 4. Subtract 1 from both sides. 1 equals a squared. So guys, a equals 1. Okay, so a is 1 unit. Now we just need to find the angle theta or angle B, whichever one you want to find first is totally okay. So similarly, if we want to find angle B, we have currently, this is 1. You can use multiple things. And no, you don't have to use the same one I'm using. I currently have, guys, opposite leg and hypotenuse. So I can technically use sine, okay? So sine of angle B is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of angle B, opposite leg is 2, hypotenuse is root 5. Now to undo this, we have to use the inverse button, okay? So we're gonna say, okay, well, to get rid of it, we are going to compose both sides with sine inverse, and there's a button that we are going to need to press. So now angle B equals sine inverse, and very important that we find this inverse button, okay? Inverse of 2 divided by square root of 5. So now let's go open my Desmos and find this button that looks like a sine and the -1 power, but that's not a -1 power. It is read sine inverse. Okay, so when you guys press this little keyboard here on the bottom left of your Desmos, hit function, and then see this right here, sine inverse, go sine inverse. When hit sine inverse, oops, not there. Let's X out what I had earlier. So try that again, sine inverse, and it was, let's go back and look about. We have 2 over square root of 5. So now let's type in 2 divided by, and then square root is this little button at the bottom, 5. And voila, this is your degrees, okay? So 63.43 degrees. Let's write that in. So big angle B is 63.43 degrees. Let me get my pen. Big angle B is 63.43 bubbles. And then let's make, so 63.43 degrees. Well, earlier we said, okay, well, these two add up to 90. So if I already know one angle, 90 minus 63.43 degrees is, you fill that out, and then you're gonna give me that answer right there. Okay, so did you guys get angle theta is 26.57, and did you put a bubble to represent degrees? You better put a bubble, otherwise it's not a degree, okay? Let's do C, and then looks like D is your check for understanding. Now look at the difference between A, B, and C. A has all the labels, B has a right triangle but no label. This one has no triangle at all, but it tells you all the stuff you need. It says, assume your C is a right angle, okay? And it says little b, remember little b is the leg. Big capital B is the angle, 10 degrees, and we're missing these. So let's find those. Missing parts. So little a, little c, and big angle A. Now let's draw out your right triangle so we have a nice little visual. Okay. Here's a right triangle. We're going to call it C, and we don't know what little leg C is. And it doesn't matter if you guys want to put this A and B here or switch them. Okay, so if you want to put B here and A here, not important. Okay, so at the moment, let's just kind of keep it right here. Your angle B is 10 degrees, and no, I did not draw this to scale. Little leg B, remember little leg B is always opposite, so this is 4. So currently we don't know angle A, but we do know B plus A, capital, when we say capital we mean angle, remember, equals 90, right? If B is 10 plus A equals 90, then angle A must be 80 degrees. So we got 2 out of the 3 missing parts. All we have, guys, is leg 4, which is leg B. So we can't use Pythagorean theorem because we're missing 2 legs. But currently, we have a lot of stuff to use. We can use 90 degrees. I'm sorry. Oh, that's not 90. 80 degrees. My bad. 80 degrees here. So if that's the case, we can use opposite of angle B and then hypotenuse to solve for little leg C. So sine of 10 degrees, guys, equals opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. And so sine of 10 degrees equals opposite leg is 4 units, hypotenuse is unknown, so we are going to use C, get rid of that, get rid of fraction by multiply both sides. So you got C times sine of 10 degrees equals 4. Keep in mind we're solving for C, so divide both sides by sine of 10 degrees. Just like that, sine of 10 degrees. So C is 4 divided by sine of 10 degrees, and round to 2 decimal places for me, please, and give that to me. Okay, so did you guys get 23.04? I hope so. So let's fill that in, and whoops, did not mean to do that. Okay, so here we go, 23.04, that's your hypotenuse. Okay, fill that in your missing piece. And it's not a degree because it's a little leg, so don't put up a symbol, the bubble symbol. Now our next one is missing leg A, because now we do have 2 sides, right? You got your leg B, which is 4, and your leg C is 23.04. So technically we can use Pythagorean theorem, but because I just want to practice our trig, let's still use trig. Let's use cosine, we haven't used that. So again, I'm going to use 10 degrees, and then A is your adjacent, and then we have C, which is 23.04, so we can use cosine. Now better yet, guys, let's use opposite of B, which is 4. So we're going to, you have adjacent and opposite, or opposite and adjacent, so we're going to use tangent. Okay, so tangent of 10 degrees equals opposite over adjacent. Okay, and tangent of 10 degrees, your opposite leg of 10 degrees is 4, your adjacent leg is A. We don't know what A is, we're trying to solve. Multiply both sides by A, so A times tangent of 10 degrees equals 4. Divide both sides by tangent of 10, tangent of 10. So now those are canceling. A is 4 divided by tangent of 10 degrees. All right, use your calculator, crunch that out. 2 decimal places, please. Okay, so we have 22.69. Now the reason I went ahead and used tangent because, and let me write this down and then I'll explain. Because I'm using exact values, right? 4 is an exact value, 10 degrees is an exact value. I tried it. I was not going to use this because I rounded my C value. So if I was going to use the rounded value, my new answer would be even further away from the actual exact. So when you can, try to use the given exact answer and not the rounded one that we found. So next, guys, check for understanding. This is all on you. you guys do have missing pieces here. Okay, you are supposed to find leg C, angle A, and then angle B. Now, my recommendation is to draw out the right triangle. Let's label C is going to be your hypotenuse. A and B, you can place it wherever you want. And again, this is never drawn to scale. So let's just put A and B where we're at. All right, so leg A is 3. Remember, leg A has to be opposite of angle A. Leg B is 2, so it has to be opposite of that. So those are the only 2 pieces that you are given. Your job is to find the missing parts. All right, kids, let's check to see if you guys have the same as what I have, okay? For C, I kind of left it in exact form, which just means no decimal, square root 13. Your A, I have 56.31. Don't forget the bubble to represent degree. And then once I have that, I took 90, take away 56.31, so it allows me to get 33.69. Now, I didn't mention this before, but here's a quick check how you kind of know if you did it right. C is the biggest angle, 90 degrees. So opposite should have the longest leg, okay? In this particular case, you got B is the smallest angle. So that means leg B should be the smallest leg. So in the middle is angle A, that means angle A is not big, not the smallest. So that means angle A should have the leg that's not the shortest and not the longest. And that's sort of how you can figure it out.